Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back once again. King, Big Game, Big Willie Styles, we three kings. All of we three kings is here this week, of course. Hey, listen, we gonna get some good topics going on today, man. Of course, we're gonna get into some college football, maybe a little bit NFL. But first things first, I feel like we had to bless the podcast by jumping onto some Pistons talk, man. We got a little special tribute as well that we about to show on you guys. So, King, why don't you go ahead and take over, my brother?
All right. Let me cue this up, man. And while I get that ready, man, I just want to say shout out to Downtown Deuce, man, and Carl Collins for the amazing job you guys did putting this together. This is definitely an anthem for Detroit, man. The Pistons season. I say I'm ready to get this season rolling, baby.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Hotter than MTV and Y2K. You don't want to see but Y2K. Breaking records set by Michael J. Bringing glory days back to the future, Michael J. He's way ahead of his time, he's got a plan, yeah. Led off by none other than his brother Cannon. If this is more than a game, it's a passion. While they sleep, we working, goals of action. Jay, then I'll be on the way and get that border ride. Electrifying through the air, a Detroit shot. And it doesn't really matter if you love him, like him, hate him. That boy is poison. It's in his DNA. Certified fucking kid and life's a big pay. Drop 50 on your head from the freeway. Jumping so what you gonna see the replay.
My dad used to collect older cars. He said you can only restore something that's great. There's been greatness in Detroit. The Detroit Pistons can restore.
Marvin got the bag, he's catching every oop. The rent a gym rats, he just wanna hoop. Then there's Isaiah, cause he delivers. Then there's Isaiah, still will make you reconsider. Killian dropped the dive, he's ready to prove that he's hard to contain when he's in his room. Mr. Intangible, holla do the love. Put you on a poster, make your fans follow. This team is different from what you've seen before. Now trust in the process, we're gonna restore. Sold out arena, Detroit swag. Make your team surrender and wave the white flag.
And the Cage up behind the back. Wow, so quickly for a monster slam. Cade Cunningham.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, listen, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet, man.
Absolutely, man. Carl Collins in the building. What's going on, brother? You did a masterful job editing that video.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, your edits just, I mean, from the Killian video to the Big Ben video, which Big Ben shouted out. Jalen Rose also shouting out this video that you guys put together, man.
Indeed.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah, it was like on point. Like the visuals was like totally on point with the lyrics to the song too, man. That was fire. Most definitely was, man.
Yeah, you definitely felt that one, man. That was pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, you got to most definitely when we get stuff like this for the city, man, homegrown, but people feel it, man. You got to get this out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was like when I saw Jalen Rose shirt, I'm like, man, that's what's up. Like, I felt it like it was my dang on song, but you want to see that type of stuff, man, because when you go to these other cities, man, like their communities is tapped in with their major sports, man. And that's one thing I always said with Detroit. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball on that, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of talented people here, man. Like us as a city, we're trendsetters, man. And these teams need to get behind all this talent in this city, man. Like that's something that needs to be like, it wasn't nothing they just put it together in the basement and didn't have no thought behind it, man. Like I say, the visuals went around right along with the lyrics, man.
Indeed. And, you know, of course, we three Kings, you know, we always going to be supported of those locally. Man. That's the thing about us, man. We support each other. And that's one thing that, you know, we're going to be looking forward to. Like, we always screen Detroit versus everybody because we support. We just support Downtown Deuce in this video because, like I said, like Big A said, it's homegrown, and we want to make sure we represent for our people, you know, and that's the big thing about it is that we represent for our people for sure. And that's a great tribute going to the season, which is what, 3 days away?
Yeah, man.
3 days away before we can get to open the season. Now, of course, you know, we finished up the preseason. We didn't get any victories, but you know, some people say, well, it's just preseason, so you know, we don't want to get too overworked by it, but there's still some question marks going into the season that, you know, I don't think was answered to a lot of folks. So, you know, King, what you feel going into the season as to, you know, what's going to transpire?
I mean, well, from a basketball standpoint, if you know anything about the game of basketball, you're not answering questions in the preseason. You know, the only thing that you're going to see in the preseason is a few improvements. Maybe a player worked on his jump shot over the summer. Those are the type of things you're looking for. But when you're looking in them score boxes and things like that, you're not going to find out that much in the preseason. You're just not. We've seen teams go out in the preseason and look like the next best sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? And go into the season an absolute dumpster fire. Like I said, these teams are not throwing everything at you in the preseason, and I'm probably sure teams are not going out there running their main offenses in the preseason either. And you're not even going to see the accurate lineups. Corey Joseph is not going to be on the court. So,
yes, he is. Don't hate on Corey Joseph.
So you're looking at it where, you know, we've seen a lot of talk about Cade's preseason. Oh, well, Cade this and Cade that, man. And I've been wanting to talk to this crowd for a minute. You know what I'm saying? If you have any type of set of eyeballs and you watch Cade during this preseason, Cade Cunningham is ready to play for the regular season. Cade Cunningham is not about to go to the rim with reckless abandon just to make you feel good. His focus is set on the regular season. As you can tell, at moments he was out there getting his team going, passing the ball. Some people said he looked passive. Yeah, you're right. They even talked about it today at practice. You're right. You're absolutely right. Be healthy. Stay healthy. You see Marvin Bagley right now. Preseason is not proving or showing you anything. So
yeah, but we also gotta err on the side of caution. Even though it's just preseason, there are some questions that was still left unanswered when it comes to this team, because if you was at the open practice, you know, Coach Casey preached that they wanted to be the top 5 defensive team in this league, and you wasn't seeing that during them games. When the games
you should see the preseason.
I think that you should see something.
Why are you out there playing playoff defense in the preseason, right, Willie?
Well, it's not just playoff defense, but you got to show some type of defense. And the thing is this, it wasn't even the not just the defensive problem. It was because the offense wasn't together. They had a lot of turnovers this past preseason as well, which disrupted the flow of their defense. So you got to be real as to not just it being preseason, but these are things that are going to be some concerns going into the season, and we don't want to roll over into the season, hopefully.
Well, that's coming. I don't. This team right now, you have new faces all over the place. They're very young. Turnovers are going to happen. That's just going to happen. King,
man, we can't keep using the very young speed. We were saying very young for the past 2 seasons.
You have 2 prominent rookies on your team. You have a second-year player in Cade Cunningham.
And you got third.
You have Boban Bogdanovic. I mean, you know what I mean. Bogdanovic. You have Bogdanovic. You add to the roster too. You add Noel. You add Burks. You have new faces all over the place. You're not going to come out of the gate with chemistry. That's just not going to happen. We got to be realistic. It's not.
Well, I will go with the not having the experience of meshing together, but keep using the very young tactic for this team. Is people going to start questioning like how long are we going to be using? Oh, this is a very young team. This is a very young team.
And question all they want to. We have 18-year-olds on our team again right now. 18, 19, 20. They're young. I don't care if people get impatient or not. That's not the point. The point is, the fact is, that's what's going to happen at the beginning of the season. They're going to have to fill each other out. That's just what it is. We're not playing with a bunch of veterans coming off of a summer. It's a difference in that. When you have a bunch of veterans that's played in this league for a while, that's played in playoff situations, they prepare different. These guys are just trying to get it going. They're just starting. So it's just a difference there. I'm not saying there's no concern with, we had 20 plus turnovers the first 2 games. Mm-hmm. Sure, but it's not unexpected. It's not like it's a surprise. Where Dwayne Casey said he's trying to get them to go down to somewhere around 14 to 15 range. They did that in the last game. So, like I said, it's going to be moments of growth. They're just going to have to go through that. And for the fan base to jump all over players during the preseason, I think it's a little premature and it's a little childish.
But I think where a lot of that comes from, because it's like, first it's like, let's wait for summer league. Then it's like, let's wait for training camp. Then it's like, let's wait for preseason. And then it's like, okay, the season's here now. Like, yeah. So it's like, I mean, we look at, like, you look at you look at a person like Ja Morant, right? It's like he was out there for business that last game, right? And it's like he played a lot of minutes in that game too. So it's like when you see stuff like that, and it's like you got a player of Ja Morant caliber, he ain't out there just like, he ain't messing around. Look like he out there to try to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You say it's preseason, but like, I think, like I said, a lot of that is coming from us all. Wait for the summer league. Then when the summer league come here, the goalpost is moved to waiting to training camp. Then when training camp gear is moved to preseason. My thing is now the season's here. So let's see what it's gonna be.
Right. I mean, let's give him first of all, let's give him an opportunity. That's Ja Morant we talking about, playing on the team with veterans. This is Ja Morant we talking about. Ivy on the other end as a rookie went out there and gave it his all too.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of expect Ja Morant to go out there and look better than everybody else.
But what I'm saying is we can't sit up here and say, oh, because when the notion goes, oh, it's preseason, as if the other ones ain't taking it serious. That's what I'm saying.
You know who takes preseason serious? Fan bases of bad teams. And that's the plague that's going on right now.
But they should, King. I mean, I believe that they should take it serious just because they're a bad team. Listen, we just went through this whole spiel. We actually still going through the whole spiel with the Lions. And we were saying, oh man, wait for the season with them too. And you're seeing what's transpiring too. So you gotta get an understanding why the fans is feeling like, okay, I'm a little angst because of what we were seeing throughout the preseason. Because what would you say was highlights from the Pistons playing throughout the preseason? There really wasn't too many highlights outside of a couple of games Killian had that people was looking for. So you said, wait, hold on, okay. You said
when Isaiah Livers played, he wasn't a highlight. When Jalen Duran played, he wasn't a highlight. Ivy wasn't a highlight.
But you're saying, King, that is preseason. So you can't say there wasn't no highlights. When I'm saying, like, okay, preseason mattered, but now you're saying that there was highlights to it.
Yes, there were highlights. What do you mean? I'm first of all, we're not talking stats here. That's not what
but that's what I mean about the preseason. We can't just dismiss it. If we're looking for keys, that's what we're trying to see. This preseason, we're trying to see who's coming forward. We seen that Stewart work on that shot, and that shot was dropping. We seen Livers go out there, go crazy. We seen progression coming from Killian. So it's more to it. What I was saying is the fact that Casey, he emphasized on the defensive end of us being a top 5 defensive team, and we really didn't see that. So it's some questions there that going into the season that fans are going to ask based off of what transpired.
First of all, if you ever compare the Pistons to the Lions again, you have to run me a fade, bro.
Why not?
A whole different organization. It's a whole different situation. That's the NFL with 300-something plus players trying to make a team. That's different. This is the Pistons we talking about here. So this is NBA basketball. You cannot compare the NFL to the NBA. That it doesn't work that way. So
not with this fan base, King. You know better than all of us that this fan base when it comes to Detroit sports, now we ain't just talking. We talking about Detroit sports as a whole because this fan base is yearning for something. Whether it's from the Pistons, the Lions, the Tigers, or the Red Wings, this fan base is on angst right now. So when you see that, and when you go into this preseason, like you said, like Big A was saying, when you go into the summer league and you go into the training camp and you go into the preseason, they're looking for a glimpse of hope. Basically, people are looking for a glimpse of hope.
If they want a glimpse of hope, I would rather go towards the last half of the season for the Pistons. You know, even though it wasn't perfect, it was encouraging because it was actually real basketball. I'm not making measurements off the preseason. I'm sorry. That's just not. I mean, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. Like I think preseason is a glorified practice. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but we can't keep.
Yeah, but you gotta also look at it too. Like if you talking about like the end of the year when teams are like playoff and
all those teams playing was fighting for playoff position.
Right.
That's not
one of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Yeah,
except who? OKC.
You had 1 or 2, and the other ones was resting guys because they already made the playoffs.
Okay,
so we can't. But either way, King, even if you said that, going into last season, you want to see what happened last season, going into this season, going into training camp, going into the preseason. You want to see a continuation.
What I think it is like, it's like, okay, you take Isaiah Stewart, right? You look at him, you saw progression from him from the summer league to training camp to preseason. You saw the progression for him, and it's like, okay, you celebrate. Not saying you, but you like, okay, you see what he did. You can see that. You can see him working on that 3-pointer where it's just not like it's a forced 3-pointer. It's an actual shot that Isaiah Stewart has, and you can see that. And it's just like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like, okay, you want to see the same thing from, like, I mean, just the team as a whole. You want to see where guys elevated from the year before, second year before, the third year before. I don't think that's anything wrong with that, because if you're going to celebrate the good, you got to also talk about the bad when it comes to these things.
Right, right. And that's, I think I don't pick it back off of you, Big A, the point I was trying to make, because like you said, y'all jumped down my throat when I said there was very few highlights. So if we got highlights of this preseason, we got to say that the preseason matters in some form, because you've seen highlights, you've seen glimpses from guys.
What you meant by highlights is not what I was talking about. I'm not talking about highlights, something where they made this play or that play.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about highlighting the individual performance, like something that we can build off of.
Performances. What you're supposed to be looking for in the preseason is just like what Big A said. Isaiah Stewart, you see him out there shooting 3-pointers. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for in preseason. Not how many he made, not the stat and score sheet. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the aggressiveness. Killian Hayes out there. That's what you're looking for. Ivy, being aggressive, going to the basket, finding teammates. That's what you're looking for. Jalen Duran, rebounding and playing defense. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking at the stat box. And that's what fans are doing.
And see, King, and when you say that, that's what we mean by this preseason matters, because you're looking for those types of stuff. But we also got
that's not what people are measuring it by. They're measuring it by how many points. The whole topic was Cade. They're looking in the score box and saying Cade didn't score this, he didn't do that, he shot like this, that, and the third. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about what we're talking about.
Right, because most of the guys is looking at Cade, they're looking at him because he's supposed to be our next superstar. And they don't understand, like you said, the process of what he's going out there to do for himself, and not saying that he wouldn't be ready. Yeah, of course, we know he's going to be ready. He was ready last year. He's going to be ready this year. We just didn't see basically what we saw out of a Ja Morant. People wanted to see out of Cade. That's what they wanted to see out of Cade, is what we got when Ja Morant played the other night. And he was just all over the place and magnificent watching. So it is something that, like I said, has to be considered. And it was what I mean by we got to have this discussion about it. We got to talk about it, because, like I said, the preseason over, the season is starting, and it's looking like you said, we're going to go through those growing pains in the beginning of the season, and it's some things that we going to look at this team like, it's going to be maybe a little bit of a struggle. So hopefully they do persevere in regards to what we have seen, and it's just like you said, King, it's just a preseason, but Only time will tell with this season.
And that's what I say. It's like, so that's why I say you gotta take the good and you have to take the bad with it when it comes to summer league, when it comes to training camp, when it comes to preseason. I mean, it ain't the end all be all, but it do have some where it's like, I mean, without any of those, we don't know who we getting out of J90. And to me, I mean, you know, there's a guy that came in and he did his thing. You like, okay, we know he gonna be starting in the backcourt. Okay. Same thing with Durant. It's like, you know, when we was watching the playoffs, I'm like, dang, we could just get a guy like Robert Williams, man. And it's like, we got that with Durant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way he was just controlling the boards, and all of this happened in preseason. So it's like you have to take into account the good, just like you're gonna do the bad.
Indeed. We got our boy Daryl joining us with, you know, Mr. Spartan all day. He wanted to come in and give his little input on this Pistons talk. You know,
what's up, fellas, man?
What's going on with you, man? It's good, man. What you got for us, D?
You know what? Y'all, all three y'all make valid points about the preseason thing. But I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards with King on this situation. And I just think that the Pistons, you know, fans, they getting so they want to see something now. And it's like it's gonna take some time. It's the growing pains the Pistons have to go through. You know, they're, like I said, they're young. They got a couple of veterans on that team, but the veterans that we have is not going to me personally, not going to help that young team, push them to be better. I just think that it's going to be a lot of growing pains. It's a tough season starting off. They got some tough teams coming up, and it's not going to be easy at all. And I agree with King. I agree with King was saying, man. It's going to take time. The fans want the expectations of the Pistons. I want that, but it's going to take time. Look what Memphis did. It took time for them. Look what Minnesota did. It took time for them. Look what all these young teams. It took them some growth. It took them time, and then they got better as they progressed. The Pistons is going to be the next team that's going to progress. It's going to get better.
But in Detroit, our sports teams, it got to happen in 2 years. That's just what it is with these fan bases, man. Like I said, I've been dealing with these people for some years. It's the same thing when it comes to the Pistons. It's right now. If I don't get it right now, then it's a problem. Everybody knows the time scale. They know the timeline of a true actual rebuild, and they totally ignore that and they jump off the deep end.
Daryl gave some bad examples when he said Minnesota and Memphis. You know, Anthony Edwards came in out the gate and John Morant. You know, what do you expect from a Sparty fan, though? You
know, when was the last time Minnesota was irrelevant besides last year? When was the last time before John Morant that Memphis was relevant? I'm saying, Phoenix came in. With Phoenix too. With Phoenix too, remember in that bubble, nobody would expect the Phoenix to do what they did, and then turn around. Look what happened. They end up bringing Chris Paul and help that, and look what happened.
Well, but to Phoenix success, you got to add Detroit to that too, because we gifted them Devin Booker. So,
well, we got a special guest in the building, man. My main man, Downtown Deuce is in the building. Everybody,
what's happening?
What's up, fellas? Back, man. Run it back.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, they talking about your man's Deuce. They talking about Cade in the preseason, man. What you feel about it?
What we saying? What we saying about Cade?
Cade in the preseason. He looked like a days ago. He was passive. His numbers was trash. That's what's out there, bro.
So first of all, we got to remember he didn't even play in the preseason last year because he got hurt in summer league. So we need to give him a chance to get. We can't rush the process. If we were to go 4-0 in the preseason and win 15 games in the regular season, who would care about the preseason? It doesn't matter. To me, it matters to a point because you have to get a look and evaluate what you have. Mm-hmm. But that's what summer league is also for. It's not just the preseason is an end-all be-all evaluation. All these things, training camp, all these things leading up to it are important. But it's going to be a slow grind throughout the regular season. This team is going to gradually get better from training camp, from summer league, from preseason. into the regular season, right? So we can't look at Cade and say, well, he's not. No, we haven't even seen him play a regular season game yet. If he's looking the way he is now in the regular season after the All-Star break, let's talk. But if he's looking like that right now, he's trying to avoid injury. I'm watching him play. I'm watching his lack of aggression. I'm looking at how he's looking at how Jaden Ivey is playing off the ball, on the ball. He's looking at how Bojan Bogdanovic is playing. He likes to see where he likes to get the ball off of passes. We got a lot of new guys here. So he's a point guard. He's trying to evaluate, what do I have? It's not about points for him. He can get off whenever he wants. But what can these guys do? And I think he's trying to evaluate that now. And once the season starts, he's going to continue to evaluate that. But if, like y'all say, if he has this lack of aggression, and we're at the midway point of the season and we're struggling, and he's turning the ball over at a high rate and all these things, now we got an issue. So, but I don't think that's something to be worried about right now, personally. That's just my take.
Well, on the flip side of that, man, we brung in the show, with that masterpiece you and Carl Collins put together. Destination.
Shout out to Carl,
man. So tell us about that process, man. Tell us, what that experience has been like over the last couple of days. We've seen that Jalen Rose shared it on Instagram, man. So what's that? What has it been like?
Man, first of all, I just want to say shout out to all y'all, man, for showing love. Like, me and Willie was talking a few days ago about it, bro. I appreciate you, my guy. And King, of course. That's my first time getting a chance to really get to meet you guys. So it's good to be here with y'all, man. But it's been a whirlwind, man. Like, I had a vision from the start, man, that I just wanted to. I'm a little older. I'm close to the King's age. I might be around the same age that I am. I'm 36. So I remember, the bad boys. I remember the prosperity, and I remember the teal years, the up and down, and then, when we had the going to work guys in 2002 on the trajectory of winning again. So I feel like we now have that same trajectory in the beginning stages. I feel like the restoration is happening again now, and I just wanted to show love, man. Like, I love my Pistons, man, more than anything. For me, it's Pistons and music. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Those are my two loves outside of my family. So I just wanted to show love, man. I just wanted to show love to my city. I wanted to give the city something to hope for, not outside of basketball, just as a city for my people, for Detroit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was born and raised here. So this is what it means to me. It means everything to me, man. So the love that I've gotten has been tremendous. I didn't think it was going to be like that, man. I didn't think I was going to have somebody like Jalen Rose, man, who also puts on for the city every single day. I wasn't looking for anything, to be honest, man. I was just like, let me throw this out here because I'm going to be doing this anyway. I'm going to be making music anyway. I'm going to be talking Pistons anyway. Let's just get something out here and just see what happens. So the love that y'all have shown, man, y'all my guys. I appreciate all of y'all, man. And I want to work with all y'all too, man. Like, going forward, I want to continue to do this, what we're doing right now, talk Pistons basketball. Like, I love watching y'all. Like, what y'all doing is amazing, man. What y'all doing is amazing.
Appreciate it.
So,
well, you know me, man. Like, see, I'm down here in Albuquerque, man. But like, anybody that see me, that know me, they gonna tell you. They call me Big Blue. They call me Detroit. Like, I ain't, I'm always repping. It's like when you see songs like that, man, you can tell you are somebody from the city, and you can tell the way, like, Carl laced them dang on visuals with the lyrics. Like, I mean, that ain't just nothing that was just made 5 minutes on the iPhone. Like, that was some thought put into it, man. And it's like, I don't want to say, like, when you see stuff like that, man, we have to praise our people, man.
Indeed.
Like, us as a city, man, like, I always say this, Detroit is trendsetter. Like, we set so many trends that go across this world. Like you see, Cartier is starting now to pass back to the city because it's us who put that on the map. Our rappers is the one who put that on the map.
You got college football announcers talking about Cardi's on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what up, though,
You hear what up? Like, listen, like, I mean, to those, like I say, if you're from the city, like, I'm in Albuquerque, man, and what up, though? Like, I remember my first time saying that to somebody like, what that mean? And somebody out of the blue, like, he gotta be from Detroit. Like, I mean, we set trends, and it's like that song is so Detroit, man. It's dope, like, and it's like that stuff has to get praised because when you blow up, then here come everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's like it's at that grinding level. People don't really, and that's the thing I don't like. People don't really, say much. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Roast Spit, right? He been a staple in Detroit for a while. He been had Burn Rubber over there. But when the last time people posted about shopping at Burn Rubber? They just did, not because he had the collaboration with Jordan. Everybody talking about Burn Rubber. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to put our own on the map. We have to talk about our own. We have to blow our own up, man. And that song is fire, bro. It's fire.
Thank you, bro.
From the song to the visuals. That. I mean,
yeah, you could tell you definitely put an effort forth when you did that, and that's the most appreciated. And you could feel your passion when you hear it. I hear the passion in it, so it's definitely something that I'm hoping. And like I said, we're gonna blow it up to make sure that we see it on the Jumbotron down there at Little Caesars Arena one day. You feel me?
Bro, I'm praying for that, bro.
That would be sweet.
You know what's crazy, bro? I almost put Kojo in there just to irritate King.
Man.
I almost did it.
Leave Kojo alone.
Thank you. Leave Kojo alone.
But you know what, Willie? Bro. You're right, Willie. Like I put my heart in. Like when I finished recording that, man, I was drinking tea for days because my throat was done. Man, I put so much energy into that, man, because it had to be right. It had to be right. It had to represent my city the right way, and y'all needed to approve it. You know what I mean? I was thinking about it from a perspective of somebody who was not myself. Like, how would I feel if I was listening to this stuff if it wasn't me? It's easy to be biased when it's yours. You're gonna love it because it's yours. But if it's not yours, how you gonna feel about it then? So like, and that's one thing Carl was really, I probably drove Carl crazy, man. I kept sending him revisions. Hey man, can you do this? Can you do that? He was like, yep. Like the boy is insane, man. Like
he cold with it, bro.
Yeah. He need to be working for the Pistons for real.
Man,
like,
just to put, like I say, man, it's like, us, being in our late 30s, right? We are from that 90s era where you had the visuals with the songs and it was like, them dudes back then was spending $1 million on videos and visuals to go with them songs because like
that's what mattered.
Yeah, it's art, but then you putting that visual to it. And the way y'all did that, man, the way you dropping the verse and the words and he flipping to who you talking about at that moment, that's crazy, man.
That's dope.
That was
a
monster,
dope.
man.
That was crazy.
That was
Thanks,
dope.
Bro. I appreciate y'all.
Downtown News, man. Look. That was a hell of a project, man. Y'all did, man. That was supported. And, like I said, I'm gonna follow you on your social media accounts, man. I'm gonna follow you, and stuff. So, man, that was a real dope project, man. Keep up the great work that you do, man. I would like to see something else, like in the future, may come with a project with all Detroit sports teams.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, man, and, I'm telling you, it's gonna. By that project you just did alone, just imagine that. I would not be surprised. That could be in the Pistons intro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That show love, man, to the city, man. It's just amazing. That project, it just blew me away to even listen to it and seeing it for myself, man. It blew me away. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna support you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see your social media accounts.
You got.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Go ahead, bro.
You just gotta really sit back and think about it. We talked about it over the phone, Deuce.
Yeah.
And you dropped that video, and in one day, people coming out of the woodworks. Your music is playing in the Little Caesars Arena the very next day. So it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You're just getting started. But this city also is thirsting for that type of content as well.
Yeah.
And so it's, man, like I said, I get ready for the ride, man. It's gonna be a blast.
And yeah, bro, like, and King, I appreciate you too, bro, because like sometimes like the way I was raised was to always kind of put everybody else into the spotlight and kind of just fade to black. but you were the one that really kind of helped to bring me out of my shell, bro. So I really appreciate you doing that, man, because it really helped to get my confidence level up to think that I really could do this. You know what I'm saying? This is my first ever official release on any platform ever. And it was weird. It was weird. It was a little scary for me, man, because I really didn't know what the reception was going to be. But now it's like King said it, and I think Willie, you said it too, bro. Like I want feedback. Like, tell me what to do next. Like if it's about a Lion song, or if it's a Ben Wallace song, or a Bad Boy song, whatever, just let me know what to do and I'll do it. Like, cause like I said, I want to make the city feel good again, man. I want us to feel like, yeah, Detroit, D-Town, what up, though? This is what we do. This is who we are. You know what I'm saying? What it is. So whatever y'all got, man, I want to be a mouthpiece from a musical standpoint for my city. So whatever it is that I can do for that, let me know.
It's like when I listen to that, man, it's like, and it was like, it put me in the mind of like, yeah, I remember when Detroit did the Detroit versus everybody, right? And at first it started with the 5 main artists, but then they did the remix with all the, you know, local guys. But then and then you had all these other cities doing it. Yeah. And that when I heard that, I was like, I can see somebody from every city that has a basketball team doing a song like that. I mean, because the concept is so dope, man. And the way that y'all took y'all time and y'all put the visuals together with it, man, it was freaking a home run for me, man. It was cold, man.
It means a lot. It means a lot. It really
people need to realize, hey, Detroit is gonna be back on the map.
Yeah,
man. All these people talking Atlanta, this, Philly, this, that. Man, Detroit is where it's at. Detroit, we back in the map, bro. It's what it is, man. And everybody's not showing.
Not even just Detroit, the state of Michigan, period.
Yeah.
Everywhere but Lansing. Everywhere but
wait. Hey, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth, man.
Hold on, I gotta say
we want to talk about
Sammy King. You gonna pull him out of me, man?
We don't want to talk about bougie Ann Arbor, so we ain't gonna
say. We gonna get to that.
We got turnover buffs in Ann Arbor, bro.
We gonna get to that. But while I got you on, Deuce, man, I wanted to ask everybody on the panel, man, breakout players. We got to talk about breakout players this season for the Detroit Pistons, man. Who's your guy? Who's your pick? Big A, I'm going to start with you, and then we can just go right across the panel, person by person. Who's your breakout guy?
To me, I'm going to exclude K and Sadiq, right? I just feel like at this point where they at, it to me is like, it's expected. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like coming from them guys. So I don't really want to say them, but I do have 3.
You can only say one. You can only say one now.
Don't tell me what I can say. This
you gonna take up everybody else's.
I got a 1A, a 1B, and a 1C.
There we go.
I'm most definitely going with Ivy. I just love like his aggression, man. I love how he came in, and then I'm going with I'm gonna go with Durant because he showed me he is filling that void. And if y'all remember, people call me crazy. He was number 3 on my draft board.
Yes,
he is gonna feel that need as that rim protector, that rebound. He's gonna get so many putback points. And then I'm going with my boy Beef Stew.
Yes,
because
sir.
He can hit the 3 consistently, and he's going to play the 4. That's what I'm going with.
That's King guy. Okay, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So I forgive you, Big A, because none of your 3 was who I was going with. I'm gonna go with my breakout player is who I believe Isaiah Livers.
Isaiah Livers.
Yes.
That's a good one.
You know, because like his all-around game, not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side, and the energy that he brings when he gets on the floor. He's going to work his way into that rotation, in which is going to make it hard for him not to get more playing time, just based off his energy and the tangibles that he's bringing. He can shoot, he could drive to the rack, he could defend, and he's also very vocal when he's out there on the court, which is important. That brings leadership. You know, coming from with his coach being here, John Beilein coming from Michigan, brings those attributes to him. To me, I feel like he will be a great key for our bench. And even if something was to happen, Lord forbid, knock on wood, he may be able to step into that starting role. So for me, I'm gonna go with Isaiah Livers as the breakout player.
I like that pick.
Go ahead, Deuce.
I like that pick. Oh man, Big A, you stole one of mine, bro. Jalen Duren, man. King said it. I've been high on Jalen Duren, man, since I saw him body check when they played in college last year, man. Telling you, man, like that. To have Larry, the combination of Larry Brown, Penny Hardaway, and Rasheed Wallace as your coaches is why you have a guy who was the youngest player in the draft and don't look nothing like it. 14 rebounds in his first ever game. He's a guy who's able to affect the game and stuff a stat sheet without having one play drawn up on him. That's what I love about him. His ability to get offensive rebounds and also to affect shots. He's going to make guys think twice when they get into that paint. If guys able to get past Cade to get past Ivy in the perimeter, they're going to think twice when they see Jalen Duren down there. So I think he's going to be and he's going to be a player that's going to continue to get better year over year over year. He's 18 years old.
18.
I think he's a future all-star for this team. I really do.
I hope so.
So my guy is Jalen Duren for sure.
Hey, listen, dudes, when he did that to Chet, listen, Big Willie was a huge Chet fan. When Duren did that to Chet, see, look,
I like Chet.
and Big Willie got a group chat, face chat. When it happened, Willie, I don't want to hear. I say, bruh, Chet, listen, Duren, I was like, I was sold. Bro. He cleared that boy's sinuses for a whole year, man.
Man.
All right, Daryl.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go with Big Willie, man. I'm gonna go with Isaiah Livers, man. Yeah. Isaiah Livers, man. His defense, he's getting better with his jump shot. He's an energizer that could come off the bench, that could spark that second unit. I believe that as long as he stay healthy, Isaiah Livers, and I don't want to say this, y'all might bash me about this. Isaiah Livers kind of remind me of a young, better version of a Bruce Bowen.
Okay.
Yeah, because Bruce Bowen was just, of course, was like a corner, King know where I'm going at. King
I
know
know
where I'm
what
going.
You can't trust them Sparties, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little dig, I'm joking.
But like Big Willie made on point, man. Isaiah Livers is going to be that key off that second unit coming off the bench. He's going to spark this team, especially if the starter's not playing well. He comes off. Yeah. He comes in, gets that energy, that lift, especially on the defensive side, and then get to the basket, get to the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? Just don't take too many risks. And he's getting better as he progresses. Yeah. Isaiah Livers is my breakout player.
Indeed. Man. Well, King, round us up, man. What you got, man?
Right.
Well, I got one on the first unit, one on the second unit. One on the first unit, Saddiq Bey. It's Saddiq Bey, man. Saddiq Bey is going to get to the free throw line a lot this season. And when we went to the game, the last preseason game, I was pointing that out while me and Deuce was sitting up there, in the stands, man. I was like, listen, this dude is going to get to the line a lot. He's going to be the best version of his first and his second year. He's going to provide the shooting, but at the same time, he's going to put that basketball on the floor, and he's going to get to the line. And I think Saddiq Bey is definitely going to have a breakout season this season because he didn't spend an off season changing up some things or trying to add something to his game like driving and getting to the basket. This time he had time to focus. He went up in the mountains, wooside, everything. Just had to start refining his skills. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So on the first unit, that's it. And on the second unit, come on, y'all know what this is. So second unit, I'm going to go with Kill. I'm going to say we're going to get 10 to 12 points out of Kill per game this season, and he's going to shoot 33 to 34% from the three-point line as an off-ball guard this season. That's where I'm going for the second unit. And man, like I said, another player to watch out. I gotta give you one more. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord.
I just feel like he's gonna fight to try to get himself in the game here too.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Barring injury, and if there's an availability for him, Kevin Knox.
Yep, we talked about that.
Kevin Knox looked great. He looked great, and he played great in camp, as far as the reports I heard, and he looked great when he got his opportunity. He looked great in Rico Hines. But yeah, even though we all remember Kevin Knox for Zion dunking on him, taking the ball, I think in this role, because New York drafted him and tried to make him something that he wasn't prepared for. I think in this role, I think he's going to be able to go at his own pace, and he's going to show, hey, man, I do actually got some game. I belong in this league. That's what I think.
All right. Well,
Okay.
there you have
I like that. I like that. Kevin Knox. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Only
that.
reason why I didn't say Livers, because I just want to see him healthy first. That's all. That's why I didn't go with Livers.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
I got you.
Trust the
I
process.
got you. I got your back. You know, that's why I had to take Livers on. I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You tried to say my man
like it.
Bruce Bowen, though, bro.
Hey man, Group.
I know what he's saying though.
It's
I know
grimy,
what he's
man. That man, he done caused a lot of ankle injuries, man. Can't compare to no damn Bruce Bowen.
Right. He the reason why they made the dang on rules stepping up under people,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
No,
like
that was
nobody
Zaza.
step under
That was
somebody being a
Zaza.
Kawhi fan.
That was
Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go.
He was Zaza before Zaza. He inspired Zaza, man.
Hey, so Downtown Deuce, give me your NBA Finals prediction.
Come on, man. That's too early for that, man.
Way too early final. I like it though. Way too early final prediction. I like it. That's tough. In the East, I got the Bucks. I think the Bucks are gonna return to form. I think they would have gotten there last year had Middleton not gotten hurt. To be honest with you, they took Boston 7 games without him. But I think I got the Bucks in the East. In the West, that's tough. Oh my Lord.
Go ahead, say the Clippers.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the Clippers, man.
man.
Like
I knew it.
I don't even like the Clippers like that, to be honest with you, bro. But they are so deep, man. I mean, they got Tyloo, one of the best in the game to do it.
I got one too. Wait,
Y'all
I
see his
got
face?
one, too.
Let Big Gay go, Big Gay.
Listen,
Go ahead.
did y'all hold on, right? Did y'all hear the story about Robert Williams, right? About him being hurt, the whole thing, and how, they were saying the Celtics was kind of making him go hush hush or whatever the case is. I think he might have told on the coach too. So it's between Robert Williams and Jaylen Brown, bro. That's what I'm telling you. It's them two told on the coach, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It was them two, bro. I think
so?
it was them too, bro. I'm telling you, wait till it come out. Wait till they do a 30 for 30 on the Boston Celtics. Watch.
Big A, what is your NBA Finals prediction, man? Come on, Big A. What is your NBA
Finals, bro? I'm telling you. No, save me for last, man. I had to get that one out.
King, what is your NBA Finals prediction, man?
I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks out of the East. And in the West, I'm going with Golden State.
Okay. Big Willie.
With Klay Thompson.
I'm gonna go ahead and West Golden State going to go back again, and in the East, I'm gonna have Brooklyn pull it out right now.
Risky.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a hell of a risk, seeing how much, I believe that, Kyrie Irving gonna find a way not to play as much this year again, like he always do.
Yeah, he a conspiracy theory wrapped all up in his own set.
Now you could do a big conspiracy theory on that one. The West, I already got the Clippers coming out the West, and the East, I'm gonna go with the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. Well, okay.
Man,
I'm
listen,
going with the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat ain't going nowhere. Freaking Jimmy Butler done cut his Samson. They ain't going nowhere.
Hey, man.
Listen,
Miami. Miami was one game away to go to the finals last season.
Listen,
if they would just make sure they took Boston 7 games.
They made that man cut them dreads, man. They would get on too damn bad. He just said, "Nah, I'm gonna tap out."
I'm
Miami and the Clippers in the finals.
I'm gonna go with Milwaukee or Boston. I just think it's gonna be between them two coming out of the East. I don't really see nobody else challenging them. I mean, I don't see what the heck Willie was thinking with Brooklyn, because Kyrie gonna take off about 50 games for FMLA, and then you got Ben Simmons. You know, he might get the Kardashian hex on him again, and I don't know what you was drinking before we got to talking about this.
That purple stuff. Don't worry about it. But see, that's my way too early prediction. So we already know it's gonna change. But I just had to throw it out there, man.
I got you. Out the West, I don't want Golden State to go.
Man, you better not say the Lakers. You better not say them old seniors.
Listen.
Don't say them senior citizens, okay?
Hey, King, throw my tag up again. I got one for Cindy. You hit me with the Lakers. Listen, Russell Westbrook is gonna be traded by the All-Star break. Listen,
I see that.
Like I don't understand this guy, dude. Like,
I see that.
Listen, he need to get hit with one of them Draymond Green punches, man. Hey,
listen. Russell Westbrook ain't gonna let you catch him on the. But see and that's something else that needs to be addressed too, because if you watch at a different angle, he was actually talking to one of the coaches on the bench, and I think right now everything that they're trying to do on Russell Westbrook is to make him look bad.
But okay, this is my thing though, Willie. You got Ant Davis over there grabbing him, bro. He's resisting Anthony Davis because he.
I would resist Anthony Davis too. I don't want that injury bug touching me either.
Man, whatever. Russell Westbrook.
If you don't get your walking injury ass off of me, I don't need you touching me.
Russell Westbrook is just
leave Westbrook alone, man. That's not his fault, man. He's just in a bad situation with the Lakers, man. And people want to talk about Westbrook ain't doing this, ain't doing that. Westbrook is in a bad situation with the Lakers. The Lakers did not want him, so he felt that way how he felt. Like he's in a bad situation
with the Lakers. He's in a bad situation with the Wizards. He's in a bad situation with Houston.
He's in a bad situation with nobody else.
Listen,
he was not a bad situation with the Wizards. They made the playoffs.
You ever heard of the saying, if you go 12 different places and there's always a problem, guess who the problem is?
But they didn't have nobody else.
I think it's two things though. I think the first thing is that and I love LeBron James, but that they shouldn't have made that trade, and that was a lot had to do with LeBron facilitating that trade. He don't fit. And Rob Pelinka. That's the first thing. He don't fit. The second thing is they caught him as soon as his decline started happening.
Yeah.
We're witnessing his decline right now. He don't have the same bursts, and he can't get by guys anymore. We already knew he couldn't shoot, but now you can't get by anybody, and you don't fit. It's
and
the worst case scenario.
He's getting paid $40-something million a year. That's what people hurting people's feelings right there. Is that money that he's making? So I can see that, but it wasn't. But see, the thing is, I think he got a lot of the blame for what happened last season when there's a guy over there that's supposed to have been, taking over. Period. He just can't get on the court, and that's Anthony Davis. He seems to escape so much criticism from supposed to being a top 5 guy in this league.
How he escaped criticism and his nickname is Street Clothes? Listen, man.
I'm just saying, though.
This the thing, though. This is the thing. Anthony Davis, right? He got injury issues. Russell Westbrook got pride issues. He got skinny jean issues. He got bell-bottom pants issues.
He just don't want to be with the Lakers. He don't want to be there.
That's the off-the-court issues. That's the off-the-court issues, which we all can attest that we don't like. But
he got something to say.
But if you talk to the players, all the players, his former teammates, go to bat for Russell Westbrook. So that you can't say that he's a cancer wherever he goes. Everybody backs him up. Who has talked down on Russell Westbrook?
Man, Paul George couldn't get out of
Paul
OKC
George,
fast
no,
enough,
Paul George
man.
is the one that bigged him up.
Man,
So keep your head up. They try to bring
Willie,
you down. Paul George just said it. Paul
Go
George
ahead,
just
King.
said it.
Go ahead, King.
Well, I just want to go back to something that Deuce said, about LeBron having something to do with that trade.
Oh.
Michael Jordan would never do something like that.
Oh, you know what? For real? That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Oh no,
That's what we
don't
doing,
bring my
King?
MJ,
Okay,
Listen,
okay.
who was
I
the best player who ever
Don't-
played.
Man, don't do it.
We ain't gonna
We
talk
be on here
about
till 12 o'clock.
we ain't gonna talk about Michael snitching Jordan because he'll tell on the whole damn team.
Man,
So if you guys didn't hear it in my last video, me and Deuce, we're gonna have a show coming up where we're gonna debate. Deuce is a avid LeBron James fan,
yes, sir.
who I despise, and I am a Michael Jordan fan, the greatest thing since sliced bread. In this
And I'm
we go.
neutral. I'm neutral, so I'm
Here
gonna be
we
there. I'm
go.
gonna be there for that one.
Yeah, you gotta be there, Willie, to make sure we don't. Yeah, make sure we
Yeah,
don't kill
buddy.
each other.
Yeah,
I'm a Kobe guy, rested. So I'm a Kobe.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
And you a Kobe
Yeah.
guy in this conversation, and you a Spartans fan. What is wrong with you?
Man, what's wrong
You
with
chose
Kobe,
the
man?
Clippers to go to the finals when Reggie Jackson just won the starting position.
He sure
What
did.
is happening to
He
you
sure
today?
did.
And then
But
you
you know
got,
what, though?
you,
I think-
you got
I
John
think-
Wall over there. All he can do is do the Dougie. He can't do nothing else.
He gonna do the Dougie with a championship. I tell you that much.
I bet
I think,
you.
yeah, I
That-
like John Wall with them, man. I don't think Reggie Jackson's gonna finish the season starting. I think he may start the season starting, but I don't think he's gonna finish the season starting as a starting point guard. I think that's gonna be John Wall.
There's gonna be a lot of low management. Like,
King, you gonna stop disrespecting? You gonna stop disrespecting?
Kawhi,
Hey,
out,
look,
Kawhi
look,
out there
hey,
looking like
King.
C.T. Fletcher.
Hey King, Kawhi gonna have him a throne on the bench like Ja Morant did at
And
Murray
Kawhi-
State.
Kawhi-
He ain't
Kawhi
gonna
gonna have
sit with
these.
them peasants.
Kawhi
He
gonna
ain't
have
even gonna
these.
sit with them peasants.
He gonna have these. He's gonna have 3 rings. That's what Kawhi gonna have. 3 rings, baby, with 3
Kawhi
different
out there.
franchises.
Gonna be raging,
I think he is
steroid
too.
raging on the sideline over there.
Right.
That dude is- man, he is yoked up.
Fun
This
guy.
man.
Yeah, he's
Mr.
huge,
Awkward
bro.
Laugh himself.
That's all right. That awkward loud got him championships.
Indeed.
No,
indeed.
Tim Duncan got him championship. Humble yourself, man.
Oh, well, who was the finals?
Humble
Who was the
yourself,
I
finals?
don't know.
Who was
That,
the finals
that,
MVP?
that last one.
Who was the
yeah,
finals
that
MVP in 2014?
Yeah,
Who was the finals
that's
MVP?
what- yeah.
He got that
Yeah.
MVP because he defended LeBron James. That's why he got
Right.
that.
But it wasn't.
MVP.
It wasn't no Iguodala MVP though. Like Kawhi balled out that series. It
balled.
wasn't just because he guarded LeBron. He was hooping. He was hooping on both
Yeah,
sides.
he averaged a
What-
good 14 points a game. I give you that.
It was
you know
more
what
than
I'm saying?
14.
It was about
It
14.
was more.
He wasn't doing more
It
than
was
Tim Duncan.
16.1 per game.
So are we are
Okay.
we really sitting up here trying to drink the Kool-Aid and say Kawhi mattered more than Tim Duncan? Is that what we trying to do?
No, I'll
Please
say
let
this.
me know.
Wait, hold on.
In the
Wait,
last
that
one,
time.
hey, who
Like that-
Tim Duncan? Is that one of them senior citizens that beat LeBron?
well,
No.
you know what? But hold on.
He did.
Since you want to
Oh,
go
he
there,
did.
hold on.
He did.
Since you
He
want to
did.
go, hold on.
He
Since you want
beat
to
Joe
go there,
Lewis's
If you wanna-
ass.
if you want to go there, hold on. Who was the only player to beat the Spurs in the finals though?
Player.
LeBron James.
I mean, well, the
Who was
Spurs
the
was
only player-
197.
Hold
Oh,
on.
no.
Ray-
you can't do
Ray-
that, King.
Ray
You can't do
Allen.
that.
It was only
Ray Allen
197 years
You
old.
can't
Nah,
do
nah.
that.
I don't care how old
Ray
he was.
Allen-
I know he got his ass whooped.
Ray Allen.
I'm
Hey.
just saying. I'm saying Dirk Nowitzki and them old guys over there that
That
beat
was-
LeBron too.
No, they
That's what I'm
did.
saying.
They did. Hey, I ain't gonna fight you on that one. That, like
Deuce,
Dallas
Ray-
shouldn't have
Ray-
won that one.
Deuce, Ray Allen beat the Spurs with that.
Ray Allen
Deuce
shot
was
don't matter
messing.
without LeBron's 40 and 10 in that game. Though.
There you
Yes.
go.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Come
gotta
on,
Yeah,
Mr.
like that was
Kawhi,
a
how
huge
you gonna
shot.
say Ray Allen? Come on.
I'm just
I
listen.
can't
Listen.
wait.
Come on,
I'm
man.
just smart. I just had to, you know what I'm saying?
King just got it. He just got it. Every time he talk, he just got it. He got the
You gotta
way,
throw
bro.
it out there. Hey,
Gotta
but we
throw it
gonna
out there.
listen. We gonna have more times to get into this, man, because this has been fun. But you know, it's about time we gonna have to switch it up, fellas. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I know we was having fun,
Hey,
but
listen. Before we switch it up, man, throw that song on again. I feel like we talked about it. A lot of people came in for when we first played it. Throw it on again, man. Throw it
oh
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to use
Yeah.
that to transition over, man. So go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
throw that
King,
on
bro.
again,
Let's
man.
go ahead and well, you know,
That's
Dr.
love,
Deuce,
man.
go ahead and introduce your song, my brother, since you already here. You wasn't here before.
I
Go ahead and
appreciate it,
introduce
bro.
it, man.
I appreciate it. So everybody who don't know, man, this is for the city of Detroit. This is the Detroit anthem. Detroit Pistons anthem, man. Destination restoration. Detroit Pistons are on the trajectory of returning to prosperity. And this is for all of us. This is not just Deuce's song. This is all of our song. This is our city song. Destination restoration. Pistons on the way, man. Carl Collins, shout out to you, my guy. Could not have done this without you.
Collins.
Hey, man, put them fire emojis in there. Share that song, man. Download that song. You can find it everywhere.
Let's go.
Thank y'all, man.
Let's
Appreciate y'all.
All right, no problem, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Hotter than MTV and Y2K. You don't want to see Buck Up Y2K. Breaking records set by Michael J. Bringing glory days back to the future, Michael J. He's way ahead of his time, he's got a plan, yeah. Led off by none other than his brother Cannon. And this is more than a game, it's a passion. While they sleep, we working, cause I'm action. Jay, then I'll be on the way and get that Puerto ride. Electrifying through the air, a Detroit shot. And it doesn't really matter if you love him, like him, hate him. That boy is poison. It's in his DNA. Certified bucket, get a license, big bay. Drop 50 on your head from the freeway. Jumping so what you gotta send the replay.
Hey, Carl.
My dad used to collect older cars. He said you can only restore something that's great. There's been greatness in Detroit. The Detroit Pistons can restore.
Marvin got the bag, he's catching every oop. The rent a gym rats, he just wanna hoop. Then there's Isaiah, cause he delivers. Then there's Isaiah, still will make you reconsider. Killian dropped the dice, he's ready to prove that he's hard to contain when he's in his groove. Mr. Intangible, hallelujah, I love. Put you on a poster, make your fans follow. This team is different from what you've seen before. Now trust in the process, we're gonna restore. Sold out arena, Detroit swag. Make your team surrender and wave the white flag.
That's where his voice went out on that part.
That was it. That was it.
And the cage, up behind the back. Bob Riley for a monster slam. Kate Cunningham.
Man, you killed that, man. Y'all killed that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Man, y'all killed that, bro.
I appreciate y'all, man, for
Man,
real.
Killed
that
that.
was, that was dope.
Y'all killed that, bro.
Man, I really appreciate y'all support, man. I wanted to make sure too, like all the lyrics. I know y'all hoop heads, so I knew like y'all would understand all the references, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going over the average fan's head. You know what I'm saying, as far as the lyrics and everything. But I just tried to make sure everybody just was feeling it, man. That's really it, man. So like I said, I really appreciate y'all support, man. It means a lot. It means a lot more than y'all probably even realize that y'all rocking with me on this level. So thank y'all, man, for real.
No problem, bro. No problem, man.
man.
Man, we appreciate you coming on and joining us, man, and blessing our show with the.
Man,
Hey, before we go, and for you youngsters, man, when he go and talk about that boy is poison, that's the 90s, 80s R&B, man.
That's that Bell Biv DeVoe, you know what I'm saying?
Layers to that song, man.
I knew y'all would know. I knew y'all would catch that.
Layers to that song, man. You got it. And Ivy calls himself Poison Ivy, man.
There we
come
go.
on.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I love it.
listen,
I love it,
man.
Big A. I love it, bro.
Listen,
Indeed.
man.
For real.
Come on,
I
man.
love it.
How you screaming demon poison?
Right? Come on, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, dog. Like, yeah, you pay attention, man.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, man, I'm from that era. Some of my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite rappers is Jadakiss. You gotta have a listening ear.
Hey,
You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
We from that era, man.
Exactly.
That era, dude. That I was like, man, this boy tapping in for real, man.
Hey, listen,
Thanks,
I know with Daryl, he a little happy right now because Philly up on Dallas.
Good.
You know what's up, man. Come on, man. We're going 6-0.
Yeah, this Detroit, LA, East Lansing, Philadelphia fan.
Right. All over the damn place, man.
And you know,
All over the place.
And-
But let's not get off here because we got to talk about it, man. Michigan played Penn State this past weekend. It was a top 10 matchup. People were kind of, I don't know if they were worried, but this is one of the ones that they was looking out for when it comes to Michigan and their schedule. And the outcome being 41-17, it was a dominating game. Really, I mean, Penn State really wasn't too much into it just because they got into it because of the mistakes that were made on our part. But other than that, it was a dominating performance, especially on the ground. Man, that ground and pound, over 400 yards against a top 5 Russian defense, looked amazing. And now it's officially the countdown time. But we get into that. But go ahead, Big A, man. Let me know what was your feel about what you saw yesterday.
Listen, man, the offensive lineman in me was running around the house just like, listen, you would rather get thrown on a lot than get ran on. Because when you getting ran on, that mean them 300-pound boys is putting in some work. We're talking 418 on the ground. And it was just like you say, Willie, Penn State only got in. Sean Clifford is going to pull a rabbit out the hat.
Yeah.
He got one of them in him, but then he's also going to revert back to him. And then the pick 6, that was DN got up, which to me as a lineman, you want these guys to jump because that is your opportunity to tombstone them through the middle of the earth. And I kind of got mad at the lineman for allowing that guy to jump like that. But, the pick 6, that got them back in the game. And then, they go into halftime. Penn State want to start talking trash, like as if you want to add more fuel to the fire. Mike Hart's back. It's like, it was total domination, man. Total domination. That's what I wanted to see because, everybody, this is Michigan True Test. You had a bunch of people saying Penn State was going to win. Our offensive line hadn't seen no D-line like this. We hadn't played no team like this. And it was just like, I just love the way they dominated, man. It left no questions unanswered. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people are like, what JJ didn't listen. He didn't have to do nothing. This wasn't the game for him to have to do anything. Hey, we just need you to, not do nothing crazy. And I'm not even putting the pick 6 on them because it was a great play by their defender. To jump up in the air, and then we all know
it actually bounced off a couple of helmets, so that's what it was. Exactly. It was a fluke one anyway. So
exactly. So and then another thing, if Clifford wasn't Clifford, we would have had 6 or 7 sacks that game. He didn't survive the rest of the game. I know he's about tired of Michigan.
I know he is too.
But what you got, King?
Man, listen, it was all about these two. Like these two was just dominant out there. You know what I'm saying? Big play, big run ability. I was glad to see Edwards get more of that opportunity out there and show what he has out there, man. Like I said, you still have a thunder and lightning. Even though we don't have Haskins, now we got Edwards. Still got some thunder and lightning out there.
We got lightning and lightning. They call it lightning and lightning right now.
Mm-hmm. So, man, like I said, that run game was incredible yesterday. And JJ did what he needed to do to win. You don't have to win games where everything is put on your quarterback's arm. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you can win football games the old school way that the Pistons, the Michigan Wolverines won it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And then on the defensive end, man, like I said, man, just nastiness. Just nastiness. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I told Big A this. Now, Penn State, they got lucky on that play. That quarterback was running to you. He was trying to get off. Trying to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? But you had a couple of plays out there that was just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying, where they was able to put up some points, man. But other than that, man, Michigan controlled this game. This game was over with before those little freak accidents. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, definitely agree.
I was really impressed, man. We should have hung 41 on them total. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that just being the score, they should never touch the end zone, to be honest, because that defense was not having it out there.
Exactly.
And then to think about this, another thing that people not even pointing out: Michigan did not punt not one time.
Not
Nope,
one.
they did not.
Time.
They did not.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I wanted to say you got to give credit to that offensive line. That offensive line, he was not. That running game was outstanding because of that big offensive line. Opened up the holes for Corum and Edwards. I give much credit to that offensive line. The way how they dominated up front. They opened up the holes for Edwards to Corum and protected JJ McCarthy. That offensive line deserves a lot more credit than they deserve. I would credit that offensive line.
Well, the one thing I will say, because a lot of people was questioning Michigan's offensive line, and they were saying, "Oh, is this the same one that won the Joe Martin?" For one, it was banged up at the beginning of the year, and we were just starting to get healthy. Then Trente Jones went down, but the thing with that happening, you got Carson Barnhart and Trente Jones who have been battling for that right tackle position. But the world was put on notice when Michigan, the way they ate up Penn State for 418 yards on the ground, man.
Exactly.
I mean, it ain't nothing nobody can say about that. Like, it was. I mean, you even had the coach of Penn State saying we got to get bigger. We got to get bigger, and he was even saying, he was just like, basically he's saying Michigan players was bigger, stronger than us. He was like, he even referenced saying everybody want to be Aaron Donald, by being little, but the thing about it, man, you just saw domination, man.
Yeah, it was definitely a dominating performance for sure, and answered a lot of questions that people had in regards to Michigan, especially coming in regards to the strength of schedule. Going into this game, both teams had, their strength of schedule wasn't all the way what to everybody's liking, but it's good to see that what we did against Penn State in that dominating fashion really silenced a lot of critics and it put us in that stratosphere as one of the top teams that can make some noise this year as far as the national championship goes. And we can see that going around because we had, quite a few upsets going on this past weekend as well. So it was definitely good to see them come out. And I know we've been saying it for weeks. Just want to see it airing out. But if you really watch that game, the opportunity really wasn't there to do that because we was just so dominant with the run. It's like, if you got guys running 67 and 61 yards for touchdowns, back-to-back plays, I mean, what more can you ask for? It's not like if Penn State would have stopped the run, then we would have seen a different outcome when it comes to whether or not we need to air it out or not. But it didn't stop it at all.
And the one thing where people got to realize too, since we switched to JJ, teams are playing off like crazy. They showing man press and they bailing out right away. So what I'm so happy about him is he's just, you can see the maturity of him. That's coming. He take it. Okay, you don't want to. You want to play off? I'm gonna get it to my man quick as possible, and let him go to work. You know what I'm saying? So teams bailing out right away since we switched, but you're gonna have to come up, or you're gonna get 418 yards put on you. So you gotta, and that's the thing, because I know a lot of people are saying, like, well, his numbers are this, his numbers are, listen. Another reason why people are not paying attention, he's a threat to run. Somebody has to be assigned to him. When it was Cade and we was running this, nobody was worried about him running. So he had 60-something yards on the ground too. People forgetting that.
Yeah.
Well, Michigan had a great game, but I guess we can show Sparty a little
Let's go,
attention
man.
right
Come
now
on, man. Let's go, man.
with their victory over Wisconsin. So we're gonna let our residential Sparty go ahead and give us the 411 on the Michigan State victory against the Wisconsin Badgers, man. Durr, go ahead, man.
Man, listen here. Let me tell y'all, man. Let me tell y'all guys this, man. This is the first time I was very impressed with this Michigan State win all season. I'm being honest. I was very impressed, especially that defensive side of the ball. The way they played Wisconsin in that second half. I didn't like that late touchdown. Then Wisconsin tied the game. We sent it overtime. But you see a difference. That defense came out. They played well. They didn't. And again, Peyton Thorne, he played his good. He played his decent game. He didn't play a great game. He played a decent game enough. He made some throws we had to make, and I was impressed. I was impressed about the win. Going into the bye week, we got a lot going on, but this is the win we had to win. And we got the job done. This is the best game I've seen. I'm not going to count the Akron, the Western Michigan. I mean, we're supposed to take care of business with them. This is a Big Ten opponent. And we got our first Big Ten win. And we did what we had to do. Wisconsin gave us a little scare, earlier in the game. And I was like, oh, God, here we go again. But we came through. Our defense came through. They made plays they had to make. That interception early in the game, that was huge. That helped us get us in the game, to stay in the game. So I was impressed.
To me, I was watching that game, and then it's just like Graham Mertz is the reason why Paul Chris got fired. Like he's like the bottom of the garbage can juice that's just been sitting there drying in the sun, rehydrated, dried again, and then you throw more trash in there, and it was just like. And then my thing with even Wisconsin's defense, like they kept leaving number 2 on the island. Like they kept leaving him by himself. Like and he just kept getting jump balled on it. And even he was frustrated. Like, man, I get some help.
Yeah.
But I mean, State pulled it off. But it's like 2 overtimes with a struggling Wisconsin.
Yeah, it shouldn't went down to the overtime. It shouldn't went down to overtime. Michigan State. Like I said, there was some plays they on the defensive side of the ball they should have made late in the fourth quarter, and I don't know what was Speed thinking. That he's an irritation to my soul right now. So I don't know what he was thinking.
But I seen that they blew Jacoby Wimmin, the linebacker.
Man, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, but to me, it's like if they have him at linebacker against Michigan, like. That's our best pass rusher.
So can we? Is it official now? Is it? Yes,
it's official.
It's official now. That
official when we whooped up on Penn State. When you heard what Blake Corum said,
it's Michigan. It's on the clock. On the clock now. Is Tuck?
Come on, man.
Is Tuck coming?
No, man. Leave
Tuck for 3 in a row. Can he go ahead and do?
But look, see this my thing, Willie. You see how you said 3 in a row, right? What gets me with Sparty fans, they don't want to count the COVID year because it's like, not saying Durrell, but most of them don't want to count the COVID year because they say, well, he didn't really get a chance to do much. But then they count the COVID year when he won against Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, listen. It's yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Come on, man. Really, man. Come on, man.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
And it's the thing, right? State gonna try to pull out whatever tricks or the trades they can do, man. But honestly, I don't see them being able to do nothing with Michigan, man. And that's not even me just being a Michigan fan, but it's like if you look what we just did to Penn State on the ground, and like I say, with State moving Jacoby Wimmin, the linebacker, I'm like, because really, you think about it, Wisconsin was still running that ball.
They were, but it wasn't in. it wasn't egregious. You know, I mean, Michigan State did make some plays they had to make.
Yeah,
they did.
I mean, that was a big fumble. In overtime.
Yeah, that was it. I was like I said, I was very impressed. The first time that defense played well. Oh yeah, I'm not counting the Akron.
Listen. I have to jump on that with you, and I think it have to be an absolutely Michigan collapse for MSU to win. Because I'm just looking like, what do MSU have that can?
Listen, the only thing that they could try to draw up is the single cut. I mean, Reed, he's a great 50-50 ball guy, right? But I just don't even see Michigan allowing that, knowing that's where that threat is. I don't even see Michigan allowing that.
But it's gonna come. I'm kind of worried about Michigan's secondary a little bit. If they play these one-on-one coverages against State, now imagine they play Ohio State, especially with their healthy receivers, and they playing this one-on-one coverage all in game long. I'm kind of worried about that.
But this is what you got to remember. The only reason why they was playing the one-on-one coverage against Penn State is because Penn State was coming in with an actual running game, and we shut that down.
Penn State don't has the wide receiver threats. Like they don't have the wide receiver.
State doesn't have the running game. We gonna put 7 in the box and stop that running game.
Our defensive line gonna make love.
Hey, dude,
it's gonna make love. Listen. I'm gonna say this. Hold on.
Before you go, Willie. But this is the thing you gotta also look at too, Daryl. When Michigan realized we didn't have to dial up that much pressure to stop that running game, the passing game was done. It was done.
I'm gonna say this, Daryl. I don't think Thorne's going to finish that game.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I don't think he's going to finish. I got a feeling that he might get knocked out that game.
Morris might finagle him a little bit.
You know what? I pray on it. I'm being honest, because like I said, people, some of these party fans, they say, "Oh man, Peyton Thorne gonna do like he gonna do like he did last year," and he didn't really. And then in the last year's game, he didn't play that great. It was because of Kenneth Walker.
That's what it was about. It was Kenneth Walker and Michigan getting caught up in the substitution thing, getting caught out of place when they kept trying to substitute. Peyton Thorne didn't do nothing. Like,
I mean, he made. It's like last year he made a couple. I know the one play he did last year. He made that one throw was on fourth. It was fourth and something.
Hold on. Quick note there, Daryl. Big play. Slade just got a pick, so I just had to throw that in there.
It's over.
Go ahead. They already beat Dallas.
And by the way, Ashton the trainer just tweeted, put Dak back in the game. So it's not going well for the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to skip Bayless in the. I can't wait. He's gonna be upset in the morning. I can't wait.
Indeed.
But like I said, man. But like I said, I hope Peyton Thorne doesn't get hurt. I really don't, because like I said, that defensive line for Michigan, like I said, I speak on it before. They're faster, they're quicker than last year's when they had a job.
And stronger. Don't forget stronger.
They're stronger. They are. I'm praying for Peyton Thorne.
Listen. Wisconsin had 2 sacks. I mean, they had pressures also. They also had 9 tackles for a loss, and they D-line ain't even a quarter of what ours is.
No,
it ain't even a quarter of what ours is.
And then you know what? I want to bring up a point. This was back for the Michigan one, and I want to bring up a point. People say that Penn State, oh yeah, they had one of the best run defenses in the country. I forgot who mentioned it. One of the analysts mentioned it, that they played teams. The reason why they had one of the so-called the best rush defense in the country, because they play teams that throw the ball a lot, like Auburn, like other teams they play against, they throw the ball a lot. So teams wasn't able to run the ball like what Michigan did on Penn State defense. All they talking about Penn State rush defense, this, third, they don't give us that much. You got to think about the teams that you played against that threw the ball a lot. And what Michigan did to them, with that offensive line, open up the holes for Edwards and Corum. They showed me that Penn State defense, especially that rush defense, was nothing compared to what the other teams.
Well, man, go ahead, Big A.
I mean, but you do got to look at it though. It's like when I mean, cause I mean, Auburn, they got a good running back over there too. It was just, I mean, the thing about it too is like once you get down, the team's trying to catch up or whatever the case is, you know, you run into that. But like the domination, man, we can't. You can't deny that. I mean, 418, man. Like, that's insane, man.
Yeah,
that's insane. So,
can we talk about how Tennessee beat Alabama?
That was
crazy, man.
It's time to take a look around the rest of the college football league, man, because there was some upsets yesterday.
Now, Big A, didn't I call that? I know I called Tennessee beating Alabama because I said Alabama squeaked by Texas A&M, and I said Tennessee gonna get them.
And they squeaked by Texas too. Remember, they squeaked by Texas.
They should have. If
they should have lost.
If Ewers didn't get hurt, that'd have been another loss. They squeaked by Texas A&M. I'm like, it was too many games where they got by, and I said Tennessee is gonna get them. And lo and behold, Tennessee pulled it out and beat Alabama yesterday. But they wasn't the only undefeated team to go down yesterday too. You know, Penn State was one of them.
That was a bunch.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I tell you what, man. Watching that game though with Tennessee and Alabama, boy, that quarterback battle between Hooker and Young, bro. Those boys were slanging that thing out there yesterday.
Yeah,
that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, Young played hurt.
Yeah,
he played hurt.
He still that shoulder is worse than what they were putting on.
Mm-hmm. Here goes Saban about to ruin somebody else.
Yeah,
and you know what though. And I'm not surprised that the coaches poll in the community got Alabama in that 6th spot. I was not surprised with that loss.
Yeah,
but you knew they wasn't going too far. Tennessee was undefeated. There was a top 10 team. Alabama wasn't gonna go too far.
No, but that's the thing. They want to make sure Alabama stay in the mix.
Well, and that's the thing. See, Alabama still got teams like Ole Miss who undefeated. You know, Alabama ain't gonna go too far. They're gonna creep right back up in there. But Tennessee this ain't the end all be all, man. You got Kentucky next week, and then you still got Georgia, and then you got the SEC championship, which you might see
Alabama again. Exactly. So, but it definitely it makes for great to be able to watch these games, man, because you always looking forward to the upsets and stuff like that, and there's so much on the line just by one game. It makes that's why I always say I like watching college football more than I like watching the pros, because it's just so much more that's on the line, and see how these kids battling and you can't afford to slip up.
Well, I don't think Sparty would know about that. I think little brother's not ready for that type of thing.
Listen, it's officially rivalry week, so it's gonna be some trash talking going back and forth, man.
Hey, listen, like I always say, every now and again, those of us who got little brothers or been the little brother, every now and again you get big brother good, man. And then what big brother do? He forget he the big brother. He lay it down. Sparty has irritated Michigan once again. One thing we'll never forget, fellas, our first game in the big house, Michigan State. 44 to 10 or 15, one of them. Mm-hmm. I want them to put a 40 ball on them too.
Of course, and you know what? I plan on being in there down there for that Michigan State game. So be on the lookout for your boy too.
Hey, we got to also talk about USC going down.
Oh yeah, against Utah, right?
Yep. Utah came back and beat them by 1, man.
Well, hey, guess who done snuck back into the top 10?
Who?
Oregon.
Oh wow.
After they got demolished the first week of the season, they're back in the top 10 in the polls. Of course, Michigan, they're 3 and 4 in different polls. Coaches poll, I believe, got them 3. Well, Coaches poll got them 4, and Associated Press got them listed as the third team. So,
no, you got it backwards.
Either one, it was
Coaches poll 3, AP 4.
So, Yeah, this is interesting. It's gonna be interesting, man, going forward, man. But it's always a good day when Alabama loses.
And you know what gets me right away? You know, Saban get the crying and all of that crap. It's like, dude, the thing which is happening is other teams are starting to get players. The field is leveling out, and you ain't just got 5-star on top of 5-star on top of 5-star, and it's leveling out. That's all that's happening. That's why you want to cry about people getting better recruiting classes than you. You know, even though Texas A&M, y'all spending all that dang on money, and man,
they need to spend some money on another coach, because that's where the problem is coming from.
Man, you know, they said they was talking about James Franklin. They said if Penn State was to cut ties with him, they would owe him $70 million, bro.
He signed that. Did he sign extension around the same time as Mr. Tucker himself?
Yep, he getting $10 million a year too. And then the thing with Tuck, if State cut ties with him, they owe him $95 million.
Oh boy!
So it's like you just stuck in an abusive relationship.
Toxic relationship.
Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, but it was a great week, man. Like I say, you college football, man, it just gives you that, like, you know, it really, truly any given Saturday, man. You know what I'm saying? When these guys line up and go against each other, man, and you just never know what can happen, man.
Yeah,
because
it's very interesting this year.
Yeah, like you don't hear any more of that Kansas talk neither no more, huh?
Yeah, but you know they.
Oh, and also Oklahoma State lost.
They sure did.
Oklahoma State lost.
That's another undefeated team losing to TCU. Yeah, so man, this is an interesting weekend, fellas.
Yeah.
Most definitely, man.
Yes.
Right. I just think it's just gonna get better, man.
But at least the Spartans won, so that's a high note.
I take that win going into the bye week, man.
How many points they give up?
You said what?
How many points did they give up?
Who, Sparty?
Yeah.
We gave up 28.
28.
Okay. All right.
So that's about. Yeah, we're gonna have about 50.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a good one, man. Like because
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. But I mean,
listen. My prediction is going to be a lot versus a little. That's what the score going to be. It's going to be a lot and a little.
Oh man.
That's my prediction.
Man, I'm not calling, man. I just want to see. Hopefully it'll be a good game, man. Hopefully it'll be a good rivalry game, man. Whether win or lose, I'm still gonna support my team.
That's a talk of a loser, man. That's loser talk. You better come in.
We not playing well. So I mean,
it don't matter. It's that we.
I mean,
I don't want to. Just talk your smack, man. Just do it just for the one time.
I can't talk smack right now.
But you gotta respect it.
We're losing.
That's why
we got a losing record. I can't talk all that smack.
And that's the thing about that.
I mean, y'all can talk all the smack because y'all undefeated, man. Y'all play great football, man.
4-0 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, we can't talk that. We just won our first Big Ten win.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this,
man.
Daryl.
Come on, man. Now let's say if we beat y'all.
Let me ask you this.
How's that going? King, you might have to move to Africa.
Hey, Daryl. Are y'all making
you might have to move to Africa, King. Big Willie, you too, man. And that's gonna hurt y'all soul.
I will if they lose. I will.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Daryl, let me ask you.
That hurt y'all soul, man.
Are y'all making a bowl game? Y'all still got a tough part of that schedule too, though. Go.
Audio.
I don't think he can hear you. We hear you.
Yeah.
Ask him, are they making a bowl game?
He was asking you, do you think Spartans gonna make a bowl game this year?
The Rice Bowl.
Hey, He gonna make
Benihana's Rice Bowl.
They gonna make the Happy's Pizza Bowl. That's what they gonna make. Happy's Pizza.
Hey, listen, I'll be fine with the quick lane bowl, okay? I'll be fine with that.
So
I'll be fine with
that. Was Sparty being 3 and 4?
Only time will tell. We still got a little ways to go.
They need 3. They need 3 to get.
We still got a little ways to go.
They need 3 out of their last.
Right now. There's a little ways to go.
Hold up, Daryl.
They need 3 out of their last 5. So you got number 4 Michigan, number 18 Illinois, you got Rutgers, then you got Indiana, and then you got Penn State.
Hey man, I love L. George's, man. I love L. George's, man. They got one of the best breakfasts, man. You know,
they gonna have the Leo's Coney Island Bowl.
Hey man, Lee L. George's alone, man. That's a great.
Man.
That's a hell of a Coney Island.
Shout out to L. George's, man.
It ain't the best. It ain't the best though. It ain't the best.
It's one of them.
Michigan State versus the Albuquerque Coyotes.
Hey, listen.
In the KFC famous bowl.
Listen. I'm saying it right now. I pray,
leave KFC alone. Okay?
I pray that Sparty make it to the New Mexico Bowl.
Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell.
Play at University of New Mexico.
Only time will tell.
I'm telling you.
You better go.
Show out, and I got bond money for that day.
Oh
man. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
All right, y'all. So we talk Michigan. We talk Michigan State. We got to talk about something that we don't usually talk, and that's in the world of boxing. Yeah. Got to talk about it, man. Deontay Wilder, absolutely first round knockout. Literally just decked the guy with just one of the most simplest punches. Boom, knock him out. Eyes rolling and everything else, man. And, like I said, the boxing world has been very, very interesting. Like I said, Fury and Wilder, obviously we know what happened between that series. But for Wilder to come and bounce back at a light and slender 214 pounds and still have that power is just amazing to me, man, at the age of 36.
Indeed. So, yeah, glad to see him back. He's been gone for a minute since he got the brakes beat off of him by Tyson Fury. But I do also want to give a shout out to our homegirl, Clarissa Shields, man.
Yeah, bro.
The quote, as she said, the greatest woman of all time went over there to London and took care of business and brought home another unification title, man. So shout out to
how many belts is that?
About 10 of them. So shout out to the homegirl Clarissa Shields, man. Flint representative, Flint native, man. One of the true Flintstones, man. She put on wherever she go, man. And I hope to see bigger things coming from her, man. The spotlight is big with that young lady, man. So shout out to her. Like you said, in the world of boxing, man, I'm a big boxer fan. King, I know you are a big A. We look forward to seeing these matches, man, and in all the weight divisions. It's just good to see him back. I feel that he is still a top heavyweight. He just couldn't match up with Fury, with a guy who's a pure boxer. He's a pure boxer, but everybody else doesn't stand a chance against Deontay Wilder. So look forward to seeing what I hope they make the match between Deontay Wilder and Joshua, man. We've been waiting to see that for years.
He's been running for 20 years, man.
I need to see it because it's about time, man. Either him or I believe Joshua and Fury's probably working out a deal where they're going to fight each other too. So, Devin Haney, man. He need to move up in the weight class. To me, him struggling to make that weight at the 135.
What happened with Spence and fight? I thought it was locked in, but then something happened. What happened?
Spence and Crawford.
Yeah.
I haven't heard too much, updates in regards to that, so I'm not sure. I believe it's still supposed to be on, but I haven't heard any changes as of late.
Then you got Davis and what's his name? What's the Hispanic guy?
Garcia. Yeah, we got some interesting matches that we're gonna look forward to. So we had to jump into it because we like boxing too, man. We like seeing folks get knocked out. every once in a
You
while.
got Money Mayweather versus YouTuber.
Oh man, you know what? I'm so happy that BS he did in Japan didn't get the
Recognition
recognition, like, because it's like Muhammad Ali would never, bro. You know, like Sugar Ray Leonard would never. George Foreman would never. And it's like you just putting on a spectacle, man. Like it is.
And by the way, for y'all in the comments, man, I'm not a Mayweather fan. I'm not at all. I'm not a fan of that type of boxing style. I think boxing should be to knock your ass out, not running around jabbing people and running all match. I like boxing. I like I like to throw hands, bro. Not
with Mayweather, he did what boxers should do is that not get hit and get hurt and get paid. But for guys like us that want to see fights, he doesn't bowl well with the type of style that he has. So on the business end, yeah, Mayweather is probably the top. It is the top on the business end, but as far as like in that ring, it's a different story.
And then,
like fans, we don't watch boxing for business.
Yeah, and then like I say, just the spectacle, like the spectacle that he's putting on later on in his career and trying to count them as wins and then one thing. Listen, I'm a Mayweather fan, but I'm a realist. He never fought nobody in their prime.
Not at all.
I'm gonna say it.
Not at all.
He either fought them before their prime or after their prime.
Listen, he fought Pacquiao 5 years too late.
Exactly. But you got to kind of blame Pacquiao on that one, because if Pacquiao was clean, he should have just took the test. Man, if you was clean, Pacquiao, I wouldn't have left it no room for him to question anything.
Yeah.
If you was clean.
Yeah. If he was clean, Mayweather would have found something else to take it away from him. So
I would have still put it in his hands, because with Pacquiao not taking the test and denying the test and all of that crap, you gave him the out to say, "Oh, he dirty."
Right, but he was going to get it out anyway.
You can't say that.
He was prolonging stuff anyway, because they eventually got the fight, and he went up and took the test anyway. 5 years later.
But why did Pacquiao wait so long too, though?
He didn't wait. So Pacquiao had to wait. He had to recover from getting knocked out.
That's true. He was on the sleep too. Hey, listen. And once Mayweather put that claim out on him, Pacquiao started losing too. You got to be honest.
But either way, definitely wanted to give a little heads up into the world of boxing, man. We got anything else, man? Oh. Also, got to make sure we do this, man. Shout out our sponsor, Culture Detroit. Make sure we do that every show, man. Those are our brothers. They located down on the Fashion Avenue, located on Livernois. It's 19327 Livernois, right between 7 to 8 Mile. If you guys ever go down to that location, tell them we Three Kings sent you, man. They'll make sure they look out for you, man. Those are our brothers down there. So we want to make sure we give a shout out to them. Also, give a shout out as well to Detroit versus everybody as well. There's also our brothers. Also, they got some things coming up, so we'll be looking out for that as well. Let me see. Is there anything else, King?
No, man. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Big A, we got anything else, man?
I'd just like to give a shout out here to Duke City Heat. They located out here in the Cottonwood Mall, and they also just opened up another store out here too. Their family. We got some things coming along. That's going to be We Three Kings and Duke City Heat. They're putting on for the sneaker culture down here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they're actually working on their third store also. So if you in this area, you're looking for the latest sneakers and clothing, all that, make sure you go check out Duke City Heat. Let them know Big A from We Three Kings sent you over there.
Indeed. My son just made me some French toast, man. Just shot my blood pressure up. Try this, Daddy. I said, hey, what?
Am I tripping, or was I seeing things when they said the teal jersey sold out on the pre-order? Or was
am I tripping? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. The only people that didn't buy it is them 55-year-old get off my lawn fans. It's the only ones that didn't buy it.
People that can't dress.
Right.
Hey, man, well, I'm gonna look forward to those teal games because I'm gonna be in the building as well. So make sure you guys, if you see me down there, say what up though. Shout out to Big Willie. Say hey, Big Willie, and I kick it with you, man. I ain't got no problem with it. But listen, this has been a fun show, man.
Yeah, man.
We got through the show. We ain't said nothing about the Lions.
It ain't nothing to talk about.
The Lions, but we had fun anyway, man. Once again, shout out to Downtown Deuce for coming in with us and blessing us with that video, man. I hope that video do big things, man, for real. So we're gonna keep shouting that out. We're gonna keep playing that on this podcast too until that video blows up like it should as well. Also want to thank our boy Spartans all day, Daryl, for joining in once again.
Thank you, man.
Sharing his party love and everything. Man, we appreciate you for coming on rocking with us, man. But listen. It's been a fun night, fellas.
Fun night.
But I think it's time we call it a wrap, man. So once again, enjoy yourselves. Take care of your family. Take care of yourselves. We Three Kings.